When you hear the name Julius Caesar, what comes to mind? A powerful Roman general. The famous line, "Et tu, brute," maybe even a salad dressing. Well, Caesar was all that, and so much more. He wasn't just a figure in Roman history. He was a force of nature who fundamentally reshaped the entire Western world. Today, we're diving into the 6 incredible ways Julius Caesar's actions still echo through our lives, thousands of years later. So grab your tea, and let's get started. First up, let's talk about conquest. Before Caesar, Rome was a republic, powerful but contained. Caesar changed all that. As a brilliant general, he led his legions on a massive campaign known as the Gallic Wars. Over 8 years, he conquered Gaul, which is modern-day France, parts of Belgium, Germany, and even made the first Roman incursions into Britain. This wasn't just about winning battles. It was about expanding Roman civilization. He brought Roman law, language Latin, the root of so many modern languages and culture, to a vast new territory. This expansion laid the groundwork for the spread of Roman influence across Europe, a legacy that would define the continent for centuries to come. He literally redrew the map. Next, the point of no return. Crossing the Rubicon. After his victories in Gaul, Caesar's popularity and power soared, making the Senate in Rome incredibly nervous. They ordered him to disband his army and return as a private citizen. Caesar faced a choice: obey and risk being prosecuted by his political enemies, or defy the Senate. In 49 BCE, he made his decision. He led his 13th Legion across the Rubicon River, the northern boundary of Italy. This was an act of treason, a declaration of civil war. The phrase "crossing the Rubicon" is still used today to mean passing a point of no return, a decision from which you can't go back. This single act plunged the Roman Republic into a devastating conflict that would ultimately seal its fate. Caesar's influence didn't stop at Europe. Let's journey to Egypt. During the Roman Civil War, Caesar pursued his rival, Pompey, to Egypt. There, he found a kingdom in its own civil war between the young pharaoh Ptolemy the 13th and his sister, Cleopatra. Caesar, ever the opportunist, saw a chance to secure a valuable ally and a vital source of grain for Rome. He sided with Cleopatra, and after a series of battles, including the famous siege of Alexandria, he defeated her brother's forces and installed her as the sole ruler of Egypt. This alliance wasn't just political, it was personal. Their relationship secured Egypt's loyalty to Rome and brought 2 of the ancient world, its most powerful cultures, into direct contact. With his rivals defeated, Caesar returned to Rome not as a hero of the Republic, but as its master. In 44 BCE, the Senate declared him Dictator Perpetuo, dictator for life. This was a radical departure from Roman tradition, which was built on shared power and limited terms of office. As dictator, Caesar launched a series of sweeping reforms. He centralized the bureaucracy, limited the power of the old aristocrats, and offered citizenship to people in the provinces. He planned massive public works projects and reformed the distribution of grain to the poor. While many of his reforms were popular and practical, his absolute power terrified the traditional Roman elite, who saw him as a king in all but name. This brings us to one of history's most famous assassinations. The fear that Caesar would abolish the Republic for good, that a group of senators, including his supposed friend Marcus Brutus, to conspire against him. On the Ides of March 5th, 44 BC, they ambushed him in the Senate and stabbed him to death. The conspirators believed they were saving the Republic. Ironically, they achieved the exact opposite. Caesar's murder didn't restore the old system. It created a power vacuum that led to another brutal civil war. This new conflict destroyed what was left of the Republic and paved the way for Caesar's own adopted heir Octavian to become Augustus, the very first Roman emperor. Caesar's death was the catalyst that transformed Rome from a republic into a mighty empire. Finally, a legacy you use every single day. Your calendar. Before Caesar, the Roman calendar was a mess. It was based on the lunar cycle and was so inaccurate that seasons would drift out of sync. Priests had to constantly add days or months to keep it aligned. Caesar decided to fix this. With the help of astronomers from Alexandria, he introduced a new calendar based on the solar year 365 days, with an extra day added every 4 years. A leap year. This Julian calendar was so accurate that, with a minor tweak in the 16th century to become our modern Gregorian calendar, it's the same system we use today. Every time you check the date, you're using a system put in place by Julius Caesar. The month of July is even named after him. So there you have it. From the map of Europe to the date on your phone, Julius Caesar's legacy is all around us. He was a conqueror, a rebel, a dictator, and a reformer whose actions set the stage for the Roman Empire and shaped the course of Western history. What do you think was his most significant impact? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more history breakdowns. See you next time.